Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome to the second half of the Club Day Master Series, brought to you by the Digital Marketing Tribe, Dripping Paints Graphics, and broadcasted here on Sim Shed Broadcasting. My name is Isaac Edwards, and at the moment, I'm the only commentator here tonight, and we are here at the beautiful Summit Point Raceway, which is a common ground for most, if not everyone, who started their career here on iRacing, as it's one of the major events, well, major tracks used in the official Global Master MX5 series. We all start on the free tracks, and Summit Point is indeed a free track.
G'day Isaac, I thought I'd join you in commentary seeing as though you're all alone tonight.
Yeah. Cheers, JP.
How are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm good.
How's your week?
I've been busy. Got myself a bit of new hardware.
Nice. And
So,
while we're talking about your new hardware, looks like everything is everything on track with Jack Boyd currently the fastest on track with Glenn Boyd, his dad, right behind him and chasing at him.
I'm not surprised, but look, it's a huge gap between them two. Boyd's done a 13.8, and Glenn's done a 14.1, which is just, yeah, it's absolutely nuts.
About 3/10 of a second with Matthew Cardalone, another 3/10 of a second behind them in third place. Are we going to see a father and son 1-2 tonight? It's been threatening, it's been on the cards, but we haven't seen it yet.
I reckon it will happen.
Undoubtedly it's going to happen, but is it going to happen tonight?
Oh, don't know. There's only one way to find out. And that is, well, could it happen tonight?
Well, we'll find out. Sam Lehman's the best of the BMWs there in 5th place. He was in 4th, but he's just been pipped by Aaron Oliver on that last lap.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of more people drive BMWs tonight, which is a bit of a good thing. Probably like at least a couple of more, which I'm seeing on screen. Is that? Oh, that's Jody Deckett in a. I'm not sure it's coming on your screen, JP, but in a student driver livery. It's a very distinctive taxi, New York taxi cab yellow with student driver on it.
Excellent. I can see that yellow livery. Just trying to get a better angle on it, but
I think I just saw the rear bumper. It says "Stay away."
I'm wondering if this is new cruel and unusual punishment from the guys at Club Day Masters, or if it's a bit of a joke from Geordie.
I think I've been talking to him. I think it's the latter. I think it's a bit of a joke on his end.
He's having a bit of fun, and looks like Ben Edwards had himself a little moment there. Ivan Vantagiato, that one's a tongue twister for me. He's currently in 11th place, and up until about an hour ago, he didn't even have a sim rig. He rushed home to get all the bibs and bobs ready on his sim rig so he could actually race tonight.
Yeah, he was saying he just got himself a Fanatec D1 from a guy that he knows. So he's got it rigged up to his TV, and he is racing tonight, which is pretty good. Which is good news.
Yeah, I know I know he'd much rather be racing than commentating, but
true.
We'll let him at it. Looks like he's on a pretty good lap there, but I don't think it's going to be an improvement on his last time. He's slipped down a couple more spots now. He's down into 14th place.
Yeah, looking at the times, it seems besides Jack Boyd, who's pretty much in a league of his own, all almost well separated between just over 2.8 seconds. So it's very close. I think I just saw Matty Gray go up a spot to 13th, second best of the BMWs.
It is fairly close up and down the field, and have a look at this between Aaron Oliver and Matthew Cartellone. There is 1/100th of a second between the two of them.
Oh, that's putting exact numbers 0.012 of a second. So that is insanely close. Just gonna have a look at if there's any other close times. Adrian Cottrell, Darren Sharp, that's almost exactly 2/100ths.
Yep.
Everyone who is close to each other are within the hundredths of seconds.
Sam Lehman and Geordie Deckett there.
Sam Lehman, Joy Deckett. Yeah, that's
8/100ths of a second.
yeah.
So I think we're going to be in for some close racing tonight, and I think with the introduction of race control, I think we're going to find guys maybe thinking twice before they lick that stamp and send it.
True. And that being Luke Bergens and Hayden Jackson, they ran the event, the series before they decided to put on the Craig Baird badge and became our DSO for the series, as the time has now elapsed. And we go into your first race of tonight, and not surprisingly, once more, it's Jack Boyd in pole position, followed on by his father Glenn Boyd in position number 2. Then it's Aaron Oliver in 3rd, Matthew Cartellone in 4th, Lee Harrison's in 5th, Sam Lehman's in 6th, Joey Deckett is in 7th, Ben Edwards is in 8th, Adam Sharp's in 9th, and rounding out the top 10 is Adrian Cottrell.
And then going from 11th on, we've got Darren Sharp, Darren Williams, and then in 13th, Matty Gray, 14th, Matthew Gouch, 15th is Ivan, 16th, Matthew Andrew, Brady Buchanan, Frank Hodak in 18th, 19th, George Gutierrez, Nathan Kraser in 20th, 21st, Luke Bergens, and 22nd is Brett Williams.
Yeah, and confirming P19 to P22 have not put in a lap time. And I believe Luke Bergens is race control, so he won't be racing this one.
Yep.
But unfortunately, this may cause an issue with the grid for a reverse grid race. So I've got a hunch that the front row will be empty.
Yeah, looks like for the reverse grid race we'll have the same as last week, and we'll have an empty spot there at the front.
Yeah, and I think the other thing that we probably haven't noticed as much is that we're doing one complete lap around Summit Point, which I'm just going to have a look at the information screen. It's a 3.2 kilometer circuit, and the guys are getting very impatient. Jack just a little bit too much, and immediately gets it going as we start our formation lap.
And something a little different tonight, we've got a rolling start instead of a standing start.
Yeah, I just noticed that.
That is, one could say that's courtesy of myself making a mistake when I put the session up, or you can say it was just a little surprise for the drivers. I'll just say it's a little surprise for the drivers and keep it at that.
True. Yeah, most if not most drivers electing to keep driving the Porsche against the BMW M4. And I've been hearing to a couple of people that this track is much more preferred towards the Porsche over the BMW, because the Porsche is so low to the ground, so low slung, that the center of gravity would definitely work over the BMW, which is taller by approximately 30 centimeters and a little bit higher in terms of ride height.
Yeah, really, it's almost an unfair match, isn't it? With the center of gravity on the Porsches being so low compared to the BMWs, especially around those high-speed corners, they're going to have a much bigger advantage. And those BMWs aren't really going to be able to use much of an advantage tonight because, I mean, the straights themselves aren't that long that they can really stretch their legs.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people have noticed that. Even BMW drivers have noticed that the only thing that the M4 is better at is top-end speed, while the Porsche, it's better in cornering because of its low state compared to the BMW, which is much higher up.
Yeah.
But as we come towards the final corner now, the safety car should be pulling in this lap. There we go. He's in it now. And we should be ready to go for round 7 of the Club Day Masters here at Summit Point Motorsport Park. Jack Boyd.
Jack's got control of the field. His dad's starting to come up now.
There we go. Just creeping up on the... And the green flag is out. And Jack Boyd already off to a 2-3 car lead. Oh! And we've already got contact down the back there. That's Maxi Gray getting involved with... I think that's Ivan Antiagio.
And I think Glenn got caught napping there on the start. Really, he didn't have a really good start, and he's already fallen back a couple of positions.
Yeah, it looks like he has dropped 2 positions. So it hasn't been a great start for Glenn. It's been a perfect start for Jack, though. That makes it the 3rd spot lost. Oh, now this time with Jordy Deckert. I got a feeling he may have a bit of a problem with Glenn because Cardalone's off. Oh, he's made contact.
Big moment there.
Huge God! Sam Lehman went airborne into the embankment. Gets it back on track very, very calmly.
Really ambitious there by Matthew Cardalone going into that corner, pinching the rear brake and then sending the car in a slide.
Yeah, this will come on scrutiny from race control. Oh, another one on the wall. That's the 718 of Matthew Andrew. And
already Jack has put out almost a 2-second gap over Aaron Oliver.
Oh my! Again. We say this so many times. He is in a league of his own.
He's certainly got a handle on how to deal with these Porsches, and he's all but checked out. He's actually Aaron's actually reeled him in. He must have made a mistake because he's down to half a second now.
Yeah, he must have had a mistake somewhere. Oh, Lee. A drive-through. Okay, it's just been heard from race control. There's been a drive-through penalty for Adam Sharp for a incident. We must have missed it on lap 1. Let's go back and see what happened there, because did he punt Cardalone to spear him into the side of Glenn Boyd?
That's very possible. It's really going to ruin Adam's race. A drive-through penalties in 5th place. This is only a short race. There is a safety car, so if he gets in now and the safety car comes out fairly soon, he may be able to make up some positions.
Yeah, true. And already the gap is out to 1.3 seconds between Jack Boyd and Lee Harrison in 2nd. Again, showing how he can literally... and that's Brady Buchanan. saw for a brief minute had been spun by another car. I didn't get who it was.
Let's have a look at that on the replay.
Oh, another one on the wall. That's Darren Sharp.
He's
He's on the other side of the fence towards the spectators, and it looks like that was Ivan going absolutely bananas.
Brady pretty much did that one all on his own. Matter of fact, Brady and Geordie rotated almost at the same spot of the track. Geordie was in front of Brady.
Uh,
But this is interesting. Look who's in third place. So Glenn has made his way back to third. And he might start challenging for second.
yeah, it looks like that hit that he had on the first lap didn't really do much to him in terms of aerodynamics. It may have kind of...
I can't really see anything on his car. We'll try and see if we can get a close look at it when he comes in for his pit stop. But so far, the front end of the car doesn't look to be in too bad a condition.
Yeah, just been hearing from Race Control. There'll be a post-race investigation on the incident between Matthew Carlone, I believe it was Glenn Boyd. So this will be looked at after the race. But Jack Boyd...
And here we go. Aaron's in for his stop.
Get out of the way now. Don't want to be DQ'd. Oh, Matthew, just be careful there for a second, mate. Just back it off. Back it off. Yeah, look, he's done exactly what I thought it would be. Well done.
And we've got quite a few cars that have come in for their pits now. Ben Edwards is in. Darren Williams, Frank Hodak, Brett Williams, Geordie Deckett. They've all come in. They've all come in to take that early stop. Get it out of the way now, because if the safety car comes out and they have to pit under safety, or the rest have to pit under safety car, it's really going to play into their hands.
Yeah, exactly. And even the guys up front, they should be pitting now, at least.
Lee Harrison goes... No, it wasn't Lee Harrison. Sorry, it was...
That was Matthew Andrew. Just getting himself out of the way. He doesn't want to get involved in any battles here for the top three, so he's done the right thing. He's purposely gone wide just to let Lee Harrison and Glenn Boyd by as he goes straight into the tyre bank.
And there goes Jack.
Jack Boyd's in.
And Glenn's followed him in as well.
That was a bit quick from Jack.
I think it's a smart thing to do. Get your pit out of the way early. Lee Harrison, the best thing he can do now is to cover off Jack and take his pit stop the next lap around. He doesn't want to stay out for too long. If that safety car comes out and he has to pit under the safety car, that's really going to hurt him.
It's like getting a sting from a murder hornet. It's going to hurt bad.
Absolutely.
We're currently on the 6th lap, and half of 6 is 12, so I would believe that we might get the comp caution between laps 7 and 8.
Well, with the way Race Control like to play things, they tend to like to hold that competition caution until pretty late in the race, and bunch the field up again and let them sprint it out for 2 or 3 laps to finish off. So, and it looks like we've had someone go off in the background. I can't see who that was.
That was Matthew Andrew again, doing a bit of ute mustering. Must not had a lot of control. There we go, Lee Harrison's in.
Good move from Lee. He's covered Jack off. Jack's got a very healthy lead there over Aaron Oliver, Sam Lehman, and his dad Glenn. Interesting to see what happens here. Sam Lehman hasn't been in for a stop.
Lisa's jumped his pit stall.
Oh dear. Okay.
He's had to back up.
That's going to cost him. Sam Lehman's in the pits now. And here we have that, looks like we have that, or do we have that one too? Looks like Lee's out.
Lee is out, but Glenn Boyd's in 4th and the caution comes out.
Perfectly played by Lee and Sam Lehman. Brady Buchanan has come in as well. but he might actually find himself with an iRacing penalty because he's come in just as the safety car was called.
Oh.
That might end up by hurting him. Adam Sharp is in as well.
Oh, around he goes.
Sam
Oh.
Lehman, let's have a look at that on the Dripping Paints graphics replay.
He got spun by Matthew Go coming into turn 1. It's caused a bit of an accordion effect. Got hit in the back by Brett Williams.
Yeah.
Very good pass it, but Joy Decker for by not getting himself involved as a ricochet. They're all getting themselves organised at this current moment. But yeah, very unusual.
So everyone's pitted. It looks like the only person that hasn't pitted is Nathan Grazer. So Nathan has been called out. Actually Nathan Grazer and Brady Buchanan. They have been caught out without a chair once the music stopped.
Oh, and you know when that happens, you're out. You're out of musical chairs.
Yeah, this isn't going to work well for them. Although they were fairly low to the back of the field. Although
Nathan Kaiser and Brady Buchanan 15, 14 respectively.
So they'll drop a few positions, but they should be able to make those back. Yeah,
true. It's a very short pit stop too, so they won't be missing too much.
No. So
I believe it's like maybe a 30-second pit stop, maybe more. Oh, yeah, I think it's between 15 and 30 seconds, depending on how you look at it in terms of pit stops. Like, you don't do it in a MX5 race because it's, I believe, a 10-lap race, no compulsory pit stop, just like the real global MX5 series. And, well, it's a comparison to the Australian Toyota Gazoo Racing 86 series, which a couple of drivers here have raced.
A couple of little differences though tonight. The lap cars are getting wave around, so they're actually being waved around and coming back onto the back of the field. So it's allowing them to pick up their lap again. So as we stand now with the safety car, we've got Jack Boyd in first, Aaron Oliver in second, Lee Harrison third, fourth Glenn Boyd, and rounding up the top 5 is George Gutierrez.
George has actually had a huge improvement. He started from the back and he's in P5, so that's a gain of
14 spots.
Yeah, 14 spots. That's a huge.
So to say that George is looking racy is very much an understatement. So I wonder what he can do from here moving forward.
Yeah, I wonder who's trying to do that last to first type of challenge. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. But again, the disparity between the Porsches and the BMWs, and Sam Lehman is the only best performing BMW at the moment. He's come down to P13.
Yep, and lights are out on the safety car, so we're going to see a start on the next lap round.
Yeah, certainly. See how Jack gets his start underway.
He's been getting some good starts. He's very much in the box seat for the race now.
Ooh, it's a bit of a check up there in the background. People coming in at 100 mile an hour. Just be very, very cautious.
Another big mover in shake has been Brett Williams tonight. He's moved up 12 spots into 10th.
Yeah, it's a gain of 12 spots. So that's pretty good for Brett, who basically started from dead last.
He's done all right. Ivan unfortunately hasn't had a great run tonight. He's only moved up one spot, but at least he's still out there. He's still circulating.
Yeah, true. Actually, a couple of people have not moved up a spot at all. The other one being Brady Buchanan, still in 17th, as the safety car is pulling to the pits now. Everyone should be knocking it off to 70 kilometers per hour, as per what the pit lane speed limit is. And we'll be seeing how we go as Barney, the flagman, will drop the flag to get this race underway. And we do, and looks like Jack may have been caught napping, because Aaron's actually had a brilliant restart.
He has, and here he goes for the lead, and no, Lee's thought better of it. Looked like Lee was going to have a go there.
Frank's around. It's another car off at turn one. Two cars off at turn one. But yeah, Aaron Oliver had an amazing restart, and Jack was pretty much caught napping. And I think we threw the commentary curse on him.
Absolutely. That's exactly what I was thinking. Curse of the commentators. We've
been praising him all this time about how amazing his restarts were, and that's probably one of his worst restarts.
Well, it's
in
good.
The series.
It's good to see him not having it all his own way. Although he's putting some pressure on Aaron here and looking up the inside, and he's going to make that pass.
Easy done. No, not easy done.
No, Aaron's not going to have any of it.
No, it looks like he's keeping guard, but be careful of Lee Harrison. He's got to let him block. This will be a challenge coming into turn one. Oh boy.
And this plays into the hands of George Gutierrez that gets past Lee Harrison. Lee Harrison is now arguing the spot. Lee's taken it back. Great to see this close racing. These guys are racing really close and hard, but they're not giving each other an inch, but they are being very fair.
True. Oh, this is almost a dive there for George. It looks like Jack Boyd has really... Oh boy.
Jack gets that slightly better exit out of that turn, but he can't really make anything happen here. There's too much distance between him and Aaron.
He can't afford to make any dive bombs at this point. The best thing he can really do now is to try and distract Aaron to the point that he makes a mistake on his own. That he can capitalize on this mistake and get back that race lead. But at the moment, it's only 2 tenths between the top two. And this could pretty much end the winning streak that Jack Boyd has had since he first started racing this league. So, I don't know how many race winners we've had. We've had quite a few.
Well, we asked the question last week, can anyone take it to Jack? And at the minute, it looks like Aaron has taken it to Jack, but yeah, he's certainly not having it his own way. Jack is all over the back of Aaron's car and looking really menacing.
Yeah, he's not throwing a white flag yet. He's not... Looks like he has a bit of pace on him. There's a couple of passing points here, and we're coming up to one now. He's bumper to bumper coming up to the last corner. But Jack thought otherwise. He had the headlights flashing too, just to give that bit of a distraction. But look who's out there. It's better lap traffic. That's Adam Sharp, but he gets out of the way really nicely. Well done. So he could have the chance now. Here, just what I thought. A little bit late on the brakes. Jack makes it through, but oh no!
He outbrakes himself. He's gone a little wide, but he's been able to gather it up.
Yeah, he's still got the momentum. I believe the corner coming up is a left-hander, so this will advantage Jack in some way, will he? Yes, he does. He regains that race lead. Well done. It shows that Jack does have the pace and knows how to apply the pressure.
That was a brave move. Deep under brakes there going into turn one. He went a bit wide. He knew he was going to go wide, but he managed to gather it back up again and keep the car running. So managed to get to the inside of Aaron for the next set of corners, and that's what gave him the advantage. And now he's showing Aaron a clean set of heels.
Yeah, definitely. And looks like Lee is a bit of pressure. Bit of pressure from Lee Harrison. Side by side.
Can't make it stick. Is he going to try a move going into turn one? May not be close enough.
Yeah, he's within a car lane, so is he going to be... Yeah, he had a look, but not enough to do a pass.
Thinks better of it.
Yeah. Ooh. Had it really understeery. Lee had it very understeery at the exit of the corner. Nearly lost control of the car, so he's lost out on the spot there. Don't know if long to go. Got one lap left before we get the white flag. But the gap there, Lee Harrison just got it. Yeah. This would be close here for second.
Lee's really menacing Aaron now, so just needs to get a clean exit off here. If you get good drive, he's right on him.
Yeah, it's good.
He might be able to try a move here, although Aaron sort of puts a bit of distance on him. He's right on him.
Yeah, here we go. Side by side. Will he do it? Oh, he's looking committed. He's looking committed. Oh, Aaron's just a little bit wide. Takes the UK Australian direction of road. But again,
he went wide going into turn one and gathered it up had just enough momentum to gather it up again and still sort of had Lee coming out the other end. Lee didn't get the switch back on him, so it enabled Aaron to stay ahead.
Yeah, certainly. They're still side by side. Well, not really side by side now.
Is he going to try? Is he going to try a move going into the last turn?
I would think so, as this is the final lap of the race.
He really needs a clean exit here. He's got a good exit, but
oh, Gutierrez wide. At the second to last corner, he's going to lose out on a couple of spots.
He is going to lose a couple of spots, and it looks like things are going to stay the same at the front here, with Jack Boyd finishing in first, Aaron Oliver in second, and Lee Harrison in third.
That was almost exactly a tenth between each other. But what fantastic sense of sportsmanship with that.
Great racing by those three. Like I said, really close, really hard racing. They didn't give each other an inch. However, they were really still respectful of each other while they were racing.
Yeah, exactly. And even when some of the guys in front made their own mistakes, they didn't push too much to the point that they make their own mistake on top. These guys have excellent craftsmanship, and that's why they're always up the front. Always.
100%. They did really well.
Exactly. As we get ready to go for race number 2, and this should give us enough time to give you guys the race results. So it's Jack Boyd yet again, showing his unbeaten winning streak. He finishes in third. Aaron Oliver is in second. Lee Harrison rounds out your podium. Then it's Glenn Boyd Jordy Deckett's in fifth. George Gutierrez, it was looking very, very aggressive until that late race mistake in sixth. Sam Lehman in seventh. Ben Edwards in eighth. Matthew Carlone in ninth. Matthew Andrew rounds out the top 10. So that's your top 10.
How
As you
about
now get
we grab our winners for a quick chat?
sure thing.
Let me see if I can grab Jack Boyd up. Here we go. Jack.
Jack Boyd. Another fantastic victory, but it almost didn't go your way.
Yeah, pretty close race there with Aaron off the restart. Didn't really hit my mark very well off the green light, and unfortunately got the nose in there. So still made for a really good race, and yeah, really enjoyed myself.
Yeah, look, like for the majority of the race, you were just off your own. We've been saying all the time that you've had these brilliant restarts, and on behalf of myself and JP, we do apologize. We threw you the commentary curse.
Yeah, well, we can't get them good all the time. So there we go. Hopefully that's a bad one out of the way for a few restarts, and yeah, we'll have a good next race.
True. You got any sponsors want to give a shout out to?
And Bimstruck Drafting Services. Cheers, guys.
No worries. So that was Jack Boyd, your race winner in the first race. Definitely. Aaron, congratulations on P2.
Yeah, thanks, guys. No, it was a pretty cool race then.
Yeah, you almost got the race win.
Yeah, no, I was lucky enough to get a good run off the restart there and put it up the inside of Jack into turn one. And then, yeah, we had a very good battle for a couple of laps and that, being nice and close, being teammates and that. But yeah, no, it was good.
Yeah, it looked like it was so much fun in the commentary section. We even said how awesome Jack's restarts were until we threw the commentary curse at him.
Yeah, no, it gets like that. You got to be careful sometimes. But yeah, no, I just got the run on Jack, and yeah, no, there was a bit of racing room there, and yeah, it was really.
Yeah, looks like you had so much fun out there. You want to get a bit of a shout out to any of your sponsors?
Yeah, for sure. So I'd like to thank Panorama Oil, as you would have seen on the car. My team, GRM, Burgess Paint and Panel, Joe Marana from Harcourt's Real Estate, and yeah, just a few of the other guys that help us along.
Thank you very much. So that was Aaron Oliver in P2. And let's get your third podium spot. Aaron, congratulations on... Oh, sorry, Lee, I'm sorry. Congratulations on third place.
Thanks, guys. It was a good race there. Jack, again, just too strong like always, but had a good dice with Aaron and a good dice with George there, which was fun.
Yeah, it looked like the last couple of laps was getting pretty intense with you guys. So close.
Yeah, I knew I needed to clear Aaron and try and get after Jack, but it just didn't quite happen. And then it was really just a race between me and Aaron then. So did all I could and kind of got the run on the final corner, but we just didn't have enough.
Yeah. It did shape up to be a pretty intense finish. You guys did come home by just under a tenth.
Yeah, it was pretty close. It's good to race someone like that, you know, that they're going to be clean and you're going to give each other some space and you know that you can trust them to hit their braking marks like you can hit yours. And it's good fun. This platform allows that sort of racing and you can broadcast it out to the world.
Yeah, true. Do you have any sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
No, just my old man for painting up the car. He does a good job, and that's all. Otherwise, like I said last time, it's pretty well just me sitting here in the lounge room, and the wife is on the couch watching some boring TV shows. So thank her for putting up with my patience as well.
Yeah, true. Yeah, thank you very much.
No worries, guys.
Lee.
Thanks heaps.
No worries. So that was Lee Harrison in the position number 3. And just looking back at the results, 2 and 3 were separated by, and I'm not kidding you, I think I'm right, 0.1, 1/10. So perfect ones.
It's pretty close.
Yeah, it's insanely close. And having it at the perfect ones is, yeah, it's just unbelievable. We've got almost 6 minutes left of the warm up until we get into our final race of the night.
So yeah, final race is going to be the reverse grid race. So that should that always throws up some interesting racing. I guess while we're here, Isaac, we probably should let people know what's going on in the SimShed Broadcasting Network. On Monday nights, of course, we have the Club Day Masters, and then on Tuesday we've got the Nationwide Tracking Systems V8 Evolution Championship. This week the guys are visiting Road America, so it should be another really interesting and exciting racing. Wednesday night we usually have split 2 of the NTS V8 Evolution Championship, and on Thursday nights, of course, the Anscar Abruzzi Cup.
They're pretty good series. Anscar's been very popular over the last 3 years.
Seems to be getting more and more popular. Really exciting racing last week. They had some very exciting racing the last couple of weeks actually. So it'd be interesting to see what happens this week.
True.
So just under 3 minutes to go in warm up now.
Some of the guys is letting off some steam, getting ready to go for race number 2. This will be pretty interesting to see how it'll go in terms of how all the guys from behind head to the front. As I've just had a look, next round we are off to Circuit Zolder, which was a former F1 track. Was also home to the Bongpain GT series.
One of my favourite tracks, Zolder.
I've driven around Zolder in a couple of games.
Yeah, it tends to be a pretty popular track in quite a few different platforms. You'll find that track.
Yeah, I've driven it on iRacing. I've driven it on Assetto Corsa Competizione. It's
It's a fun track to drive. Really deceptive. You look at it and you think that it's a fairly simple sort of track, but it's anything but simple.
Yeah, exactly. There's quite a number of chicanes there just to try and slow you down.
Yeah, the secret to that track is really keeping the flow, keeping good flow, which is the same on this track really. It's being able to flow and maintain mid-corner speed with these cars.
Yeah. So just come under a minute to go until we get ready for. I just saw someone go into the Shadow Realm, like just jump over the embankment and just disappear back into the pits.
I think that might have actually been Jack.
It was a BMW.
Okay, then it wasn't Jack.
It was a bluish BMW. I don't know who it is, but yeah, it's just disappeared into the abyss. Like over the fence, he's off to another dimension. It's like he's entered warp speed or something.
And magically wound up back in the pits.
Yeah, I think so.
If only that could happen in real life.
Yeah, you just crash and all of a sudden you're back in the pits.
There we go. Practice is over. Guys will be getting ready for race 2. And I just saw the same thing. I think it was the same car. I think he's practicing a jump.
Maybe practicing the good old jump.
All right. Let's check out the grid for this race.
Luke Bergens, your race control. He's on pole. But it's Ivan Vantagiato? I don't know. He starts
Vantagiato.
Yeah. It's going to take a while for me to get that name right. But he's in second. Brett Williams is in third. Adrian Cottrell is in fourth. He was a non-finisher. Adam Sharp in fifth. Nathan Kaiser in seventh. Matthew Go in eighth. Frank Hoek in P9th, and Darren Williams, it rounds out your top 10.
Rounding out the grid, we've got Brady Buchanan in 11th, Matty Gray in 12th, Matthew Andrew in 13th, Matthew Cardilone in 14th, Ben Edwards, Sam Lehman, George Gutierrez in 17th, Geordie Deckett in 18th, 19th Glenn Boyd, Lee Harrison in 20th, Aaron Oliver 21st, and Jack Boyd in 22nd. As the cars move away from the line,
It took quite a while for that to happen. So, yeah, I don't know what happened there. Just when the safety car just kind of moved away, Ivan didn't really move at all.
well, these cars are a little bit slow to get going from a standing start if you don't pick the revs up on them. And I think what happened with Ivan is he sort of didn't pick the revs up on his car and just sort of gave the throttle a little bit of a squeeze, and it bogged down.
Yeah, and the things with these cars is that these cars don't stall because they don't have a clutch, which I think, well, it's probably why it's a semi-automatic car. I think, I'm not too sure. It's either a semi-automatic or a dual clutch car, so it won't stall other than switching the car off, which I believe it's, yeah.
I think you'll find that these cars are a dual clutch system.
Oh, there we go. Dual clutch, so there you go. That was one of my theories. And that theory's just been confirmed.
This will be an interesting start. Ivan is a pretty handy steerer, and if he can get a clean start, he might be able to maybe create a bit of a gap and get out there. It all depends if he's been able to come to terms with all his new gear. If he has, he might be able to show them a clean pair of heels. If not, he might find himself in trouble halfway through the lap.
Yes, certainly. Should be getting ready to go green any moment now.
Safety cars coming down the back straight. Lights are out.
Oh, that's a bit of a checkup down the back there. Frank Hoek just slamming on the anchors as the safety car goes off into pit lane.
So now Ivan has control of the race,
going at snail's pace,
which is actually going to put him. It's actually going to put him on the wrong side of the road for turn 1.
What?
Given that Luke hasn't raced, and
No,
off he
Luke
goes.
Luke's race control, and already three wide.
Ivan ducks to the inside straight away, which is a smart move because he was on the wrong side of the road, and there he goes. He grabs that spot back again.
Cars involved.
Lots of cars going off there,
and the track is blocked.
We're going to the Dripping Paints replay to have a look at this.
That was Matthew Andrew that.
There we go.
Started all that.
Mid-track carnage.
See what happened to him.
Yeah, he's gone off the track, come back on, hit a couple of cars, slid. Yeah, I can see, and it's created all sorts of dramas.
Just absolute bedlam. And who was behind them? It was Jack Boyd come to a complete standstill, just waiting for that gap to open.
And Ivan has absolutely capitalized on that, and as I sort of alluded to, he's checked out.
Indeed, he has 2 seconds over the rest of the field. Look at that. At least half the field's already coming to the pits. That's Glenn Boyd in there too.
They'll be taking advantage of that fast repair.
Indeed, even in the opening lap melee that they had,
it probably would have been prudent to throw the safety car when the track was blocked, but at the end of the day, it's their call, not ours.
True. But Ivan off to a 1.2 second gap.
Yeah, which is closed down a bit. Adams caught up to Ivan a bit. So, although Ivan's outlap was a 23.9 to Adams' 25.2, so
That's 2 seconds.
yeah, Adams catching up though. So I'd say he's gotten into his groove and he is off and running.
Definitely should. More contact down the back there. Matthew Andrew. Oh, and I believe that's Geordie Decker in the student driver car. The only thing that's missing out of that car is the L plates to show that he is indeed a learner driver. As they both almost go side by side. They are now going side by side into the final corner. Matthew decides to pull it into the pits, get out of harm's way.
Now our timing has freaked out now. It's showing Ivan in 7th place, but he's actually the race leader, and Adam is all over the back of Ivan's car now.
Yeah, so the pace must have dropped off compared to Adam.
Well, Ivan's last lap was a 15.2 as opposed to a 14.5 from Adam.
That's at least that's just under a second different. Just under a second difference. As we round the final corner, who's in front of him? That's
And now the timing is stabilised again, showing Ivan and Adam first and second on the road. But here we are, 14 places up. Sorry, Jack Boyd.
so he's managed to avoid that opening lap melee. As just heard from race control that Matthew Andrews gave him a drive-through penalty for that pile up. So I think that's a good call from the folks in race control.
Absolutely. Jack's last lap was a 14.2, so he is on a charge.
Definitely is. Ivan just went a little bit too much in terms of brake power coming into what I call the Omega symbol type of corner.
A bit wide there, yep. Adam's all over him, and it could be just a matter of time now.
No, he's got him! Oh!
Unfortunately, 3 wide just didn't go.
And Adam has respawned back to the pits.
And we need to have a look at that, see if we can see that on our replay here.
I did hear Frank say over the comms to go right. So he was letting the top 2 by. And Ivan looked like he was trying to capitalize. No, that was silly. That was very silly from Ivan. He knew that Frank was gonna let him by. He should have stayed behind Adam, and then possibly may have go for the dive.
And this is probably going to bring up a penalty for Ivan. I'm kind of in 2 minds. I haven't had a good look at it, but I think that this is going to be a drive-through for Ivan.
Yeah, I'm the same. It's just that was clumsy. That was very, very clumsy. Like Yeah, that part of the circuit may be good for too wide. If Ivan into the pits.
He's diving into the pits to take his pit stop early.
Yeah.
Now Jack has already taken his stop, so effectively that is going to bring him.
It should be
the
bringing
lead.
him back up to the lead of the race. Here he is coming onto the final corner now. Where's Ivan? I think he's still in pit lane. No,
He's
just
on his
come
way out.
He's on his way out, so he's now in second.
No, he's actually ahead of Jack, but Jack will just swallow him up.
Oh! And nearly squeezes Jack off the track. You had to go all Shane Van Gisbergen on that one, put 2 wheels in the grass just to let him by, just to get by. His last lap was a 14.4 and he's already galloped away from the rest of the track, from the rest of the field. But again, for Ivan, he's still got that question mark up on his head. Do I have a drive-through?
Well,
and I think
time will tell.
Yeah, pretty much time will tell, but I think we all know what the answer will be.
And here we go again, looking at Sam Lehman in fourth place. Once again, the best of the BMWs. It's great to see Sam sticking it out with the BMW, actually. It's great to see another car out there.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a fan of BMW. Drove a BMW in the Le Mans 24. Drove the famous M8. See from race control, there's a penalty outstanding for Matt Andrews. Has to serve him 3 laps before he is DQ'd. But yeah, I'm a bit of a fan of the BMW. It's just, don't know why. The looks are pretty nice. The cars look very luxurious.
They're a very non-offensive car to drive. They're I wouldn't call them an easy car to drive. As we watch Matt Andrews go very wide there. I'd say and he's going into the pits. I'd say the BMW is a more of a forgiving car than the Porsche.
Yeah, definitely. I've seen videos on between the Porsche and the BMW. The big advantage that the BMW has over the Porsche is its top end speed, because I believe it's a turbocharged V6 compared to, I believe the Cayman runs a flat 6 from memory.
That's correct, and I don't mean to cut you off here, but Ivan is coming under attack by George Gutierrez. Ivan's last lap was a 16.1 as opposed to George's 15.9, so he's taken a couple of tenths out of him. He's just under a second away from Ivan, and he's closing it with every corner.
Yeah, it looks like the tyres might have just cooked itself a little bit too much there, so the pace has dropped off considerably between himself and George as the headlights come on.
Right now, Ivan will be praying for the safety car to come out.
Yeah.
Give him that buffer between himself and fourth place, and hope that he can hold out George for maybe a lap and a half before he gets past him, and makes it easier to hold on to third, because I think he's going to have a hard time.
There we go.
And the safety cars come out at the opportune moment for Ivan.
We were talking about it, and indeed, they heard us. So the safety car has come out for the comp caution. So this I would believe would help Ivan in some aspects, get the tires cooled down.
Yeah, it will definitely help him cool his tyres down. Don't know if there's any damage though. I mean, he hit the side of that car pretty hard, so he might be carrying a bit of damage, because he went from doing 15s and 16s to getting into the 17s. So It's it'll be interesting. But right now, Ivan will be concentrating on trying to get the best restart he can, hold out George for maybe a lap, or try to hold him out for 2 laps, and that way perhaps make it easier for him to hold on to a podium.
Yeah, certainly.
I think George is going to have him in terms of raw pace. Definitely Lee has got the pace as well, but does he have enough laps to finish this off?
Don't know. As we should be going 5 to go up to the control line.
And you can really see the cream rising to the top here, with Jack making up 21 spots for first. Ivan has stayed where he is in second place. George has made up 14 spots to be in third. Lee 16th in fourth. Sam Lieben, once again the best of the BMWs, making up 11 spots to be in fifth. Glenn making up 13 in sixth. Geordie making up 11 spots to be in eighth. Darren's dropped a couple of places and put him into 8th place, sorry. Matthew dropped the spot in 9th, and Matty Gray picked up a couple of spots in 10, so that's the top 10.
Yeah, so we should be coming up. I would think this will be 1 to go to the control line. We're about to find out very, very shortly. And there we are. I think there's only one car that's going to be waved around. That's Nathan Kaiser. And have done exactly that. Waved him around. Oh. See what everyone else is trying to do here. Yeah, true. We could be in for a pretty intense last 5 laps of this race. Again, if Jack has a repeat of last race, which, well, who knows? Try my best not to throw the commentary curse on him, but I think I might have. Mm-hmm. Yeah, true. So we should be coming up to the line now. See how Ivan's gonna. There we go. Pull it in now. So they knock it back to 70 k's an hour as we come up towards the control line. Some guys just getting a little bit too angsty. And we are underway, and Jack's had a much better start compared to the last race. Definitely. Oh, Sam. Yeah, certainly, and whoa, Joy's around, still by himself, just a little bit too much Chandel. Be careful of the rejoin there. He does really well. Definitely has. And I honestly thought that Lee Harrison was a lap car then, but no, he's not. Ah, okay. No, I don't think I've heard that saying before. Well, there you go. So here you go. Ooh. Yeah, definitely. I think the biggest stance of the BMW compared to the much lower looking Porsche is really hurting George in some aspects as we come across the line. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Looks like George knew he wasn't gonna catch up to Sam, so he's just let Glenn by. See how Glenn cooperates with Sam. I think we did have a BMW on the podium before. That was at its debut round at Imola. Thanks. It was Sam. Sam Lehman.
That was Sam Lehman, yeah.
So this could bring BMW's second podium in the category, but he's not out of the woods yet because Glenn Boyd right behind him. He's got pace. He certainly has pace.
Glenn's made up plenty of ground now. 3 laps to go. He's definitely going to have a look. Sam goes defensive going into that last turn, which is going to compromise his exit speed.
Definitely will. So,
and he's going to have to go defensive again.
Oh, he's gonna have to. He's gonna have to force the commit.
He covers that inside line, but Glenn just goes nice and deep through that corner, makes the move, makes it stick.
Or is it though? They're side by side. Wait for the switchback. No, he backs out of it. I think he thinks otherwise. And he's going to force to give up that spot. He may have to give up 2 spots. Because that's George Gutierrez behind him.
George had a look, but Sam was having none of it. He said, 1 spot is all I'm giving up.
Oh, this is going to be very, very close. That's a tap. But no spots gained or lost.
No, George just rolls out of it there. He taps the back of Sam's car, rolls out, lets Sam get on with the racing, and then gets on with it himself. Now this is going to be very interesting because there's a 2-second gap between Glenn and Ivan, and we have 2 laps to go.
I reckon you're just gonna have to just be happy where you are.
Ivan's last lap time was a 15.1. Glenn's was a 14.3.
That's almost a second.
Yeah.
George just goes by Sam.
It's going to be hard work for Glenn to catch him. Not impossible, but it's going to be hard.
Yeah, 1.6 seconds. Might as well stay where you are. No point trying to attack now with so much limited laps.
Tell a racer
Left.
to stay where he is. Do you think that's going to work?
No.
It's certainly not. He's going to push as hard as he possibly can, and looks like Ivan's having a few little issues here. He's blinking in and out.
Oh no. So will he drop out before the end of the race? But Jack Boyd, what can we say about him that we've known about him for so damn long? He is a bullet. Picks up yet another race win to capitalize on what has been a perfect start to the season for Jack Boyd.
Absolutely. Lee Harrison in second, and Ivan manages to hold out for third place with Glenn Boyd hot on his heels in fourth.
Unbelievable, and we've only got, I believe, 4 rounds to five rounds to go until the last round of the series.
I wish we could say that this is going to go down to the wire, but unfortunately it's sort of looking a little bit like a foregone conclusion at the moment.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nevertheless, the racing has been absolutely fierce by everyone.
Indeed, as we now enter, will be the 9th round, so we only got 4 rounds left. And depending on how the championship points look at the moment, I say the championship could be wrapped up either now or next round.
Absolutely. Well, let's go through the finishing positions for this round. Isaac, if you'd like to do the honours.
Cheers. So Jack Boyd again is your race leader, but I think he may be champion-elect. I'm not too sure. Lee Harrison is in second. Ivan Fantagiato in third. Glenn Boyd's in fourth. George Gutierrez in fifth. Sam Lehman in sixth. Aaron Oliver in seventh. Adam Sharp eighth. Matthew Go in ninth. And Darren Sharp rounds out the 10.
And sorry, go on.
Then Joy Deckett in 11th. Matt Andrew in 12th. Brady Buchanan in 13th. Frank Herdick in 14th. Darren Williams in 15th. Last of your leading laps, Matty Gray, Nathan Kaiser, 16th, 17th. They were a lap down. Ben Edwards, 2 laps down in 18th. And your non-finishers were Brett Williams, Matthew Catalone, and Adrian Cottrell.
Well,
so that's that.
That was an exciting race. How about we grab these race winners and have another chat to them?
Definitely.
I'll have a chat to Jack, I think.
Yeah.
Jack, can you hear me? It's JP here.
Yeah, mate.
Mate, we're kind of getting sick of saying this, but congratulations.
Cheers, mate. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. That first lap was pretty crazy. Going into T1, but yeah, went pretty slow. Got around it, come into the pits, get the pit out of the way, just put some clean laps in, and yeah, managed to do it again.
Did you manage to stay out of trouble in that turn 1 carnage?
Yeah, pretty much. I took it pretty slow off the start. I think I was in first gear going through turn 1, probably doing 40 k's, just watching cars go flying pretty much. So yeah, got through there unscathed, and yeah, just come straight into the pits, get the stop out of the way.
Yeah, no worries at all, mate. Very well done, fantastic. Congratulations, a clean sweep tonight. Another one, last to first. Any shout outs that you want to go on with?
Yeah, just once again, Bimstruck Drafting Services. Cheers, guys.
No worries at all, mate. Well, you have a great night. Enjoy the win, and we'll be seeing you next week for more of it.
Yeah, cheers, guys.
Cheers. So that was Jack Boyd.
Let's get Lee up. Lee, JP, congratulations on second place.
Thanks, guys. It's a pleasure to speak to you in a row.
Yeah, well done. So, what was that? That was 18 spots you made to get into second place. Did you manage to avoid all that lap one or turn one carnage as well?
Yeah, I think I found myself on the outside there. We played it safe, played it pretty safe going into turn one, which was good. And then Jack pitted the lap before me, and I thought I'd get a bit of a run, but I the hook and stuffed my run up. Otherwise, I think we could have started off of pole or probably two in the restart there.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, it was a good showing anyway, mate, and that puts you in a good position moving forward. I know you don't have too many shout outs, but do you want to say g'day to someone?
Just again, g'day to my wife. She's watching on the couch, so I hope it was interesting for her and everybody else tuned in wherever they are. I hope we put on a decent show tonight, and the racing's definitely getting better. I'm only in every couple of weeks, but yeah, the racing's improving, so I hope everyone sticks around and gives us a good show to put on.
Fantastic! Congratulations once again, and look forward to seeing you on the podium again, mate.
Thanks, guys. Cheers for that.
Cheers, bye. And P3, Ivan, JP here. How are you, mate?
Good. Thanks, guys.
Congratulations, P3.
As some of you know, like, with the wheelbase blowing up the other day, and like literally 30 minutes before the race, there was pieces everywhere here, and I just can't believe it. I even made it on the grid. Incredible.
Well, I said it at the start of the race. Ivan is either going to have a blinder of a start and show a clean pair of heels, because he's fairly handy in those Porsches, or he's going to be struggling trying to get used to the new gear. And you did have a pretty good start, mate. You got away well, and then you made the rest of them hunt you down.
Yeah, well, basically, like usually I run 3 screens, and usually I have a really good field of view, but I'm running off a TV. I'm getting used to some pedals. I was very happy with my start, but to be honest, the whole race just felt a little bit surreal because I'm just so not used to everything that I'm doing right now. So I'm just going by gut feeling. Good start to the race. I was really happy. Probably spent a little bit too much time in the pit stop, and Jack got me there, but both both Lee and Jack today were on another planet as far as their pace goes. I want to do a shout out though to the wife that's let me put all this stuff in the living room tonight to make this happen. We've come away with a podium, so I'm still pinching myself. I can't believe it.
Fantastic, mate. Anyone else you want to give some shout outs to?
Well, shout out to Slipstream Motorsport and and everyone involved, and obviously SimShed broadcast and the commentators, our DSOs, everyone that works behind the scenes to make this happen. And that's why we come on Monday nights and we put on a bit of a show.
Absolutely. Well, thanks very much for the show tonight, mate. Congratulations once again on P3, and looking forward to next week, and hope to see you on the podium again sometime.
I hope so.
Take care.
Thank you.
Well, that's all the racing that we've got, Isaac.
Indeed.
What did you think of tonight?
That was actually pretty intense.
Some really close racing. I mean, look, once Jack's out the front there, he tends to show a clean pair of heels, but everyone else up and down the field, really close racing, really hard, really respectful racing. So you've got to tip your hat to that.
Indeed.
So do you want to round out and say our thank yous for the night, and we'll get going?
Sure will. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in to the stream. And yeah. Thank you very much all. Thank you, JP, for jumping in at the 11th hour.
It was a pleasure to come in and have a bit of a chat and have a bit of fun and watch some great racing.
Indeed. So next round is at Circuit Solder. We only got a couple of rounds to go before it's all over. I'm Isaac Edwards. JP's been in the commentary booth, and on behalf of everyone here at SimShip Broadcasting, we do thank you for being a part of us. And we'll see you guys next round. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for the NTS V8 E series. Until then, it's see you soon.